Hello and welcome everybody to Glasshouse Gaming Best Bits. Now, spoiler alert, pause this video right now and check out the description. That's where you'll find every single game that we're going to be talking about in this video, because I really don't want to be spoiling anything for y'all. So, if you've done that, we'll start again. Hello and welcome everybody to Glasshouse Gaming. First up is going to be Batman: The Enemy Within. Now, throughout my entire experience playing The Enemy Within, I've been going about trying to be John Doe's best friend, so I've been making pretty shady decisions on doing that. And when I first came across this scene here, I was given two options, and I didn't really like either of the two options because I was too afraid in case either option would have killed off my friendship, and then John Doe would have truly embraced a Joker identity that I kind of know Joker to be throughout the comics and the other Batman films here. So when I was given the choice of shocking the Joker or grappling him, I thought, oh, that might make him pissed off with me and that'll push him over the edge. I've already done some shady things to get Joker this far to be the vigilante. So I thought, let's just play this out and see what Telltale will do with this situation. And as I was weighing it out, my what the TF moment was when a helicopter said, you took too long, and shot. That helicopter was never there, so thanks Telltale for the choice to choose what I wanted to do.
That looked painful.
And painful it was. Not quite as painful as our next clip. Let's cast our minds back to when Battlefield 1 was first released, and we were all in love with the game, wasn't it? Because it was going back to boots on the ground, back when FPS games were jetpacks and space. This is what the community wanted, and we fell in love with all the characters in this game. Now, through Mud and Blood, this is a chapter about a tank driver. Now, he meets his boys, he jumps in the tank and he rolls off into the sunset. Only it's not quite that simple, because you see, the tank breaks down, conveniently I may add, right outside of a village that is occupied by German soldiers over there, who have also taken their allied tanks and given them a paint job, and they conveniently have these crucial spark plugs that Black Bess needs to get rolling again. So, guess what? Yeah, you're tasked to head out into the village with good old friend McManus. Only, when you jump out of the tank, McManus decides that he is going to run away and leave you to do all the hard work, because he knows from experience when a mission is going to get him killed, because he has had more battles than hot dinners apparently. So that kind of leaves Edwards in a bit of a sticky situation. He tells him basically to piss off. He goes out, i.e. you do the entire mission, which in all fairness it is quite an easy mission, if not a little bit annoying, just to do basically a grab A, return, grab B, return, grab C, return type game. However, after you do that, you make it back to the tank, you hand over the spark plugs, you get jumped by a little peeping Tom here. McManus reveals that he was standing by the tank all this time. Was it a test? No, we're not going to be that daft, was it? He just had a bit of a guilty conscience, and he does this whole little bro code with Edwards going, you know what, I lost my way back there, don't tell the boss inside. Yeah, that kind of betrayal, that was like a stone in my gullet as well. It just didn't sit right with me. And towards the end I kind of thought, yeah, you died. Not gonna be that guy, but I think you kind of deserved it. But no. Throughout that entire battle, who is the one knobhead that survives? Yeah, McManus. Poor Edwards. Like, after all of that, and you get McManus? Like, McManus? That's the guy that survives, that you're now going to go through and go on to do whatever it is you do, because, yeah, we don't get to find out what happens after this story. Now, speaking of fantastical stories that you don't quite ever get to see what really happens, we have Far Cry 5. Now, most of the hilarity here actually comes from your companions and the fact that it is a living environment around the whole place of Montana. Now, I'm not going to get too much involved in this because I've actually already done a few videos with Far Cry 5, but these clips had to be introduced into this video. You spend all that time looking for the wildlife you need to get, and 9 times out of 10 you wind up damaging it yourself, or your teammates just kill themselves. It had to be mentioned. And next up we have The Evil Within. Now, this was actually a really great game. It took me by surprise anyhow. So you're taking control of this chap called Sebastian and his detective pal Joseph. So after much detective work, they find themselves in the courtyard of this hospital here, and here comes a boss fight, mutated dog. So you just witnessed there, ambushed them. Joseph got knocked down to the ground in the process. Poor Joseph lost his glasses here, so it's up to Sebastian, because in these kind of games it's always you that has to deal with these things alone. So the boss fight on easier difficulties is okay, but on hard difficulties it is a pain in the arse. After the fight, Sebastian offers Joseph a little whiskey, says, come on, it was just a scratch, get on your feet here, let's squeeze through the gate and we can reflect on what happened, because personally, Joseph, I think you failed me, and oh shit, your glasses. Bollocks, do not notice your glasses, don't notice it, don't notice it, don't notice it, don't notice it. Oh, what is it? Oh, you prick, why do you not wear contacts, you Okay, yep, Joseph, dog's just woken up, do you really need your glasses? You do. Ever heard of contacts? Right, I'll get them for you, but right after we're done here, I'm taking you to Specsavers, because this, quite frankly, is ridiculous. Nobody needs glasses this much to go back in to see Old Yeller after he comes back to kill everybody off for his revenge. I mean, come on, Joseph. Who drags their arse through a haunted, creepy-ass mansion who wears glasses and doesn't for 1 second think, perhaps I should bring a second pair of glasses, because I refuse to wear contact. Oh, Joseph, come on, boy. Now, you better need these glasses. You better be so blind without them that sanctioned the going back to get them. Oh, you what now?
It's all right.
Feeling normal?
Let's focus on
Right.
finding Kidman.
You had me kill Old Yeller just so you could feel normal. You actually, you don't even need the glasses?
Jeez, Joseph.
Go fuck yourself. Now, can we all put our hands together for Blasco? Because in these following scenes, I think that no other man deserves toughest guy in all of Gaming Kingdom trophy than this chap here. Now, he's reminded that this evil genius just basically dismembered his best mate and kept his brain in a little jar because he looked pretty. There was definitely an awkward relationship between those two people. He gets his Glasgow on after remembering exactly what this chap did to his mate, so a little stab, stab, stab. Doctor pulls out a grenade as a big last fuck you moment. It goes off in his face. Now, not only does Blasco go on to survive this, even though the Doctor's body is in absolute pieces, he slithers away to overlook all his allies escaping the building. He has enough strength in him to deliver this Statue of Liberty poem reference thing that he goes on about, and just to top it off like an absolute boss, when he sacrifices himself, he shows you what I like to call the Blasco Compass. Now, speaking of people's cum faces, this leads me to the next perfect moment. This clip comes from Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, a Telltale game series here. Now, this is when your motley crew have killed Thanos and has delivered his body. Now, this is when you decide to deliver it to the Nova Corps crew. So, after a lot of hanging around, they eventually come along, and it takes them forever to identify that that actually is Thanos' body, which, in the background, Rocket makes his displeasure at waiting around for his money very, very clear. And things are starting to get a little bit strange, because this Nova Corps guy admits that he is a huge fan of Star-Lord, he's been his biggest fan forever, and then he starts making really awkward conversation, and then it is up to the player to decide, of course, being a Telltale game, but he does request if he can touch his gun. Now, this is his little tit for tat, because he has revealed to Star-Lord that it's going to take 6 to 12 months for him to get paid for delivering Thanos' body, which, I mean, in all fairness, that's not really on. So you can even see his Nova Corps buddies are a little displeased at this and highly embarrassed, because if we're going to dive into the text here, I'm pretty sure they're talking about he wants to touch Star-Lord's penis. Am I wrong? I mean, what's more awkward, the fact that he even asked this situation, or how daintily he touches his gun?
I've always wanted to. It is legendary.
Oh yeah, buddy. Knock yourself out.
Oh yeah, I can guarantee you all that he is going to remember the day he touched Star-Lord's pistol. Now, I know you couldn't see the apprentice there, but it was there.
We're all done here. It's been an honor working with you, Star-Lord.
Anyhow, people, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop us a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Anyhow, as always, I hope you guys have a really fantastic day.